How you doing today? CF here from Constitutional Zombie Hunting Libertarian Info Warriors. We're going to be doing a quick video today on how to make a snare trap. A snare trap is a trap used for small game hunting when living in the wilderness. As you can see, you have just a couple of items in front of you, supplies if you will, that you would need to make this. We have fasteners, which as you can see, when you hold them, they're actually very tiny. So when you're looking for them, you don't think that's the wrong thing. So I'm just going to give you that close-up of that, and then I'm going to move on. Then you can use picture wire, which you can find at any hardware store, picture hanging store, arts craft store. I personally am using, hold on, I wrote this down. I personally am using galvanized steel multi-purpose strand rope. Yes, I had to write that down. What I'm going to show you, this snare trap is a very simple snare trap that I learned how to make online, and I learned how to make it from willowhavenoutdoor.com. That's willowhavenoutdoor.com. That gentleman was kind enough to take pictures and put that together with his instructions, and it made it very simple for me to learn. You also have in front of you an Altoids can and a Leatherman's tool. I've pre-cut my wire for the purposes of making this quick for you. I'm using a 5.5 foot length. You're going to take 2 fasteners and get your Leatherman's tool ready. You want to take one end of your wire and feed it through the end of your fastener. You want to do that to a long enough length that you can loop it back around and feed it through again. And that's how you're going to make your loop on the end. You want to be careful with this particular loop. You don't want it to be too big. You don't want it to be too small. So you want to make sure it's the right size that you can feed the other end through it so that when you're setting it up, it'll work properly. But at the same time, not too big that that dinner will get away because you did it wrong. Once you have it ready to go, you want to take your Leatherman's tool. For me, I'm going to push it all the way back here, and I'm going to give it a good push. And I'm going to move it down, and I'm going to do that a second time. Careful not to cut it, but just make sure it's tight so that it's not going to move once dinner's wrapped up in it. So we're going to repeat those same steps. We're going to take that, feed it through, loop it back. Make sure it's not too big, it's not too small. That loop size is very important. Grab your Leatherman's tool. Give it a good push. Careful not to cut it. Do it again. And voila! You have a hunting snare, which we made with a 5.5 piece of galvanized steel rope. The beauty of this is not only is it perfect for hunting in the wilderness for small game, it doesn't take up a lot of room in a survival bag. So you can actually fit that in the Altoids can, which is what that was for. So that's all the room you need to carry a trap for small game hunting. Rabbits, raccoons, squirrels, anything running around furry that might taste good if you cook it. So I'm CF signing off here.